Good morning. I am filming from little pockets of time because, let's be honest, it would be lovely to sit down and record everything in a perfectly lovely setting that's so chill with a cup of tea, but that's not the case. So right now I am standing at a bus stop, ever glamorous, on my way to work, so it is a bit still gloomy, but never mind, it's nice and quiet. This is just a little welcome introduction to my first video. I have been filming lots of little different snippets. You will see it is chaos, it is everywhere, but I feel like this is my space to really be able to share the highs, the lows that I'm going through at the moment, and hopefully there will be other people, that have gone through it, but I feel like when I've been looking, it has been people after the fact, when you can look back on things, and I'm really bad. Well, it's not bad, but I see things in a positive light a lot of the time. So for me, when I look back, I don't see negatives, I see a lot of positives. So I want this to be like a little document for how I am coping, I suppose. So yeah, a little bit of background for me is I am a mum of 3. I have just turned 14-month-old twin girls, and I have a 3-year-old little boy, who's going to be 4 the end of March. So it's busy, it's chaotic, but I love it. And alongside that, I will now be a single mum. So me and my husband are separating, actually as of now separated. And so we're going to be going through the motions of co-parenting in the best way that we can for our kids. So there's actually for them in terms of routine, it shouldn't change too much. For me, it's just going to get a lot busy, because if you're watching this now, crazy to say, the same week that I went back to work from maternity leave, full time as a store manager, my now ex-husband, I don't even know what to say, is picking up keys and has moved out. So there's lots of emotions, and there's lots of figuring out things together, and that's a good thing. Like, it's very amicable, but you will see that it's not been like we know what's going to happen as of now, like we know now, but it's taken a while for the move out process to come, and for us to share with our little boy and things, just because we didn't want to wreck Christmas. It was the girls' first proper Christmas, because they were born the end of October, but they were born 2 months early. So by the time we come out of hospital, it was into December last year, and we had no idea what was going on. So we didn't really celebrate Christmas last year. So for us, we wanted to give the kids one final good Christmas, which is what we've done. But I have filmed some content around there, because there's just loads of feelings, and so this is my way of kind of getting it out. And yeah, it's probably not like the most pleasant journey, but actually I'm really hoping to be able to make it the most positive it can be for myself, for my children, and for Ben. Like he needs to be happy as well. So yeah, if you want to come along for the ride, subscribe. Any support or insight that you've got would be gladly appreciated. But yeah, that's just a little introduction, and now I will show you different thoughts and feelings that I've had over the past month while we prepared to get everything sorted for Ben to find somewhere to live and get all of those things sorted out and stuff. Because in a way it moved really quickly, but in another way it didn't. So now is the time when we can really just actually see what it's going to work like as a family, with me still working, you know, nursery drop off, still doing all the visitations, all those kind of things. So yeah, we'll see. Hello. So I am currently filming loads of clips that I can look back on. So today is Christmas Day. So far it's been a really nice day. It's like a bittersweet kind of moment because this is our last Christmas where everything is the same before Ben moves out and we tell Louis. So we have chosen not to obviously say anything up until this point. We want him to have one last perfectly normal Christmas before we navigate whatever's going to come. And that's not to say that we won't do Christmases together, or like, you know, hours together on Christmas Day and things like that, but you know, who knows. We want it to be as civil as possible, and we want, like, the best interest of everything is in the children. Our best interests are always going to be our children. Like, they come first with everything. So who actually knows what our Christmas is going to look like going forward? But yeah, so it's a weird thing because there does feel like this pressure to make everything perfect. And I've definitely felt it this December. I've kind of burnt myself out being like, we need to do all these magical things, we need all the pictures, we need, you know, the matching pyjamas. And I'm generally not that kind of person. I don't put that pressure on myself, but I think, you know, when everything's going to be changing, the reality of that is very, very different. And I'm just going to embrace that time that I'm in. You know, I want to make things as lovely for the kids as possible, and that's what I'm doing. So yeah, so it's not to say that it's been all sunshine and rainbows. I really do feel like me and Ben are starting to do each other's head in. And obviously that's normal because we're separating. But we generally do get on quite well as people. We just are not in the place to be romantically linked going forward. But I think the pressure of kind of knowing that he's going to be moving out, he's sorting things out, I'm going back to work, I'm going to be, you know, financially taking on responsibility of the house and the bills and things. There's a lot. So it's that thing where I'm kind of stuck in limbo, and he's stuck in limbo because no one's saying anything, because we're not saying anything in front of Louis. And we're just kind of living in this weird little place. So I think come January, that'll be a true reflection of what everything looks like. And hopefully it will make things a little bit less tension orientated, or I could be totally naive and it could go rubbish. I'm really hoping that isn't the case, but who knows? This is navigating, you know, a whole new world for me. This is not how I expected things to go. I didn't expect it for my children, but I know that this is the right decision. And I think that's the thing, like, it's quite good because there's been some lovely moments the last few days where I just thought, oh my god, am I completely like going crazy here? Like, should I be doing this? Because, you know, there's certain people that are being like, should you be doing this when you have the twins and a 3-year-old, and, you know, life is going to be really hard. Whereas I don't think that's the reason to stay just because something is hard. But then we have a disagreement, or, you know, he just shows me something that I think, oh, we just aren't compatible anymore. We are just very different people with very different views, and it will do us a world of good to truly be ourselves, because I feel like in our relationship, in order to keep the peace and not argue, like especially in front of the kids, one of us has to not say anything. I know it'll be a good thing. It's just also like a bittersweet thing, isn't it? But the good thing is we are able to have this lovely meal together, this lovely day together, and then we can have, quite honestly, the biggest fresh start ever in January. So then we'll see if the crying starts. But right now I'm like, oh, it's hard for everyone that's gone through this or going through this. There is no manual. You are just literally navigating it as best you can, and I think that's all you can do. And I think I just want to show like the reality of it. I think not that people romanticize it, because you know, they show how they've adapted and how they've become a better person, and you know, it's the best decision for them, and I really hope this is going to be all those things for me. But I think sometimes it can make it look like these incredible things are going to come, whereas actually I kind of need to be realistic that, like, for me this is going to probably be like crap for quite a while, and hard, probably harder than I've ever done anything. But this will be better for my family, this will be better for Ben, this will be better for me, and I think that's what I need to keep focusing on. In the time frame of this, the twins had their 1-year jabs yesterday, and I'm so tired. Yeah, the girls had their jabs yesterday, which they were obviously affected by it, bless them. So we had a bit of a rough night and we've had a rough day, but I called up my in-laws and just said, is there any way you can nip around for a little while, because I needed to go out and get things. And the girls, I can obviously take them to Morrison's and Aldi and things, but I just feel like all I'm doing is dragging them all these places when they're just like not happy. Today is a hard day. I am tired, I am overwhelmed, I am stressed. I am trying to navigate what separation will look like. There's a lot going on, and even though, like, the strange thing is, and to be fair, it's probably not strange because you've been together with this person for such a long time, but even though, like, we're actually in a really good place and we've had some really, like, honest conversations, it's still so awful. Like, although I know the decision is right for us, and it's right for, like, our family unit, it's still messing with my mind that logically I know this is right, but emotionally I am so all over the place. Like, most of the time I'm fine, and then I'll be like walking around a shop and it's like in that moment where my mind has not thought about anything, that is when it gets me, and I think, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry in the middle of Aldi and I'm looking at prawns. Like, how weird. But I suppose that's the reality of it. That is, you know, what these moments come out of nowhere, and actually I suppose if they didn't happen, it would be a disservice to the time that you've spent together. So I'm just trying to embrace it, while giving myself that time to, you know, heal as well, or get over, or not get over, I don't know, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's just, it's very hard. The things that are in my mind currently is I go back to work on the 2nd of January. Ben is picking up keys for a new place on the 5th of January. I am going back to work full time. I need to have enough money to cover the mortgage and the bills and all these kind of things. So, you know, I think I'm feeling a lot of pressure, and although I know it will be okay, because no, it is okay, you know, things work out as they should do, it's feeling like a lot, and that's feeling heavy.